So it begins. It begins and ends with you. It begins with the body, your body. These bodies we know remade as lines. These bodies that react and impact on each other, on the realms in which they exist. It is all reaction. It ends in order to begin. See what we make, the violence in movement that creates. It turns from dark to light, from pictures to words. All of these things are under our skin. You turn violence in on itself, and for a moment you forget words and only see. See the things that make thoughts solid. That which we've lost is only misplaced, displaced. We still feel words resound around ourselves. We feel words in the echoes of past and in the marrow of bones. Plumbago leaves itself behind in a trail of dust like diamonds. All that is lost remains in trace. All that falls away remains the same, just laying in smaller pieces. So when thinking of ends, remember what it is to be. We are more than ourselves. We are of others. We are not lost, yet we hold objects and idols around ourselves, hoping that we may anchor our being to something more permanent than flesh. To understand our place, we must value absence and presence equally. We are of two worlds, somewhere between what was and will be. There may be breaks, schisms, fractures and fissures that threaten to swallow us whole, but everything is matter. We are all of the same stuff. Once we realize that our movements still remain, even after they have stilled and faded, even after they have been blown away and washed out by light, we may finally understand what it is to be of an agelessness. We may see outside of ourselves and become our own mirror. We may do away with these cheapened idols. But here we are, in limbo, somewhere between what we see and what we know. We are free to move, but we choose to travel from grey to grain. We live in bad faith. We build our cages with thoughts and words. With ink we draw the cells that keep ourselves so literally penned in. We think that by building walls we can stop the sky from falling. We think that by building walls we can stop the floor from rising up and pinning us to the ceiling. Freedom allows us room to fear what we cannot control. For the most part, we deny our freedom. We denounce responsibility of actions and consequence. We fear being caught in the in-between, yet we fear the end more. We are afraid to move in case we reach a door we cannot open, so we lay in corridors. fell from my cage. Where is my strength now bones have abandoned me? This body is so light I barely feel it. I am limp, uneasy. Somehow I am free of the vessels that have carried and given form to loose-fitting ideas. I am free to take my own shape. I fear it, yet it is possible. Take this body that hurts, with tangled limbs thrust in on themselves. Take this body turned in on itself in anguish, with fingers that scratch and claw, pulling apart ribs and cartilage, unmaking flesh until its insides are falling, left sprawling and drawn out across the floor. Watch. These worlds turn regardless, drawing patterns through the earth with seeds and sediment, unconcerned with the rising of tides and the seasoning of soils, unconcerned with the bodies that scurry around in the dirt, falling in and out of time. We are tied to this world, as it is tied to us, and even in death we never truly part, only shift. We find ourselves in those smaller pieces, wandering lost for a while, and wondering what it is to be. That is until we remember that what is done can easily be undone, and we spot ourselves hovering in that middle place again. This is what it means to be of an agelessness. This is what it means to be. This body, your body, it ends in order to begin.